Wade White, if that don't make you feel good about life, nothing will.
Love it. Love hearing the kids do that.
I think that's so cool. We started doing that, I guess, when the kids first got out of school for the pandemic, and we've still continued to do that, and just kind of create some normalcy for them to start their NTI day off. And I'll tell you, we just kind of kept doing it. I didn't want to stop doing it. It's been a whole lot.
I think you should keep doing it.
Well, I think it's really meant a lot to a lot of us just to have that sense of normalcy and to hear those kids say the pledge. It really, I think it just kind of does something to the soul. It's good for an old lady to hear it, I do believe. How are you?
On that.
You doing good?
I'm good.
I'll tell you, I saw a picture of some good-looking stuff yesterday. Thank you very much. Of course, a lot of us were out of power, but Wade wasn't. He was cooking just fine.
No, I had power.
But when we talk about the reason I brought that up is because you had a good-looking vegetable on there.
We're going to have 1,700 boxes of good-looking vegetables from the USDA come Thursday. So people are welcome to come get some.
How did that happen exactly? I think that's interesting, by the way.
I got a call from Crystal Childress, and she has set it up in several counties, and the USDA received money from the federal government in order to help out our farmers. So they're buying vegetables that usually would be going to the restaurants at this point, but a lot of restaurants are shut down. So they help them out, buy the vegetables, package them up, put them in boxes, and ship them out to counties, and we hand them out. So it works out good for us. We're glad to do it.
Isn't that fantastic? Now, you don't have to be from Lyon County or Eddyville or anything like that to get those, right? Or do you?
I don't think any of us are going to be checking that. If you're willing to drive, then come on down, and we'll be handing them out. We're doing it, I think, 9 to 12 on Thursday at Lewis Jones Park there at in Eddyville, and people can pull up. You'll see us up by the convention center, and all they got to do is pull in, pop their trunk, or if they're in a truck, we'll just set it in the back, and we'll take care of it. They don't have to get out, and they can drive on. And then we're also going to come back and do it from 5 to 8 p.m. if we've still got boxes left, which I think we will have.
Oh, that'll be great for the people that work through the day, too. That way everybody can get in on that.
That's right. We wanted to make it easy for everybody to be able to participate in it.
Well, and I'll tell you, I think this is a fantastic program because that's including, we gave away, over 4,200 gallons of milk yesterday at Butler, and now, the vegetables. And that's some really good, that's staples, that's keeping your kids and your family healthy through this whole thing.
Yeah, and it's really good vegetables too. They're not giving away something I'd grow. I mean, this is good stuff.
Now, Wade, I was taking a drink of coffee, and I'm about to spit it out when you said that. What are you saying about your gardening skills?
It's not very good. I grow weeds, but no, I'm not very good at anything
I'll tell you, I'm really proud of our area. I have seen the most beautiful vegetables come out of this whole mess in the last couple of months. I think people have really used the time to kind of spruce up their gardens and their gardening areas, and I have been so impressed with even the high tunnels that have gone up this year.
It makes a lot of sense. It's caused people to really think about, what if there is a shortage on this or that? It makes you think about it, and it's been a very positive thing, getting people out and taking care of things like that and taking care of gardens.
Well, how about the park? How's it going down in Lyon County at the park? Is the trails, everything good to go, and the rain hadn't washed them out yet?
Trails are open. People are using them. Baseball and softball is playing, and people are really enjoying the outdoors. So everything's looking good.
Well, and I'll tell you, the tournament the other day for Owen, that was unbelievable.
Well, while you mentioned that, they are doing another event. This, I think it's. Trying to remember what date it was. It seems like it is Saturday. The 25th, is that Saturday?
I think so. I think so.
They're doing another event out there. They're having baseball, softball. They're taking all our fields to do different events and invite people out to raise money again for Owen. So,
oh, wow.
Keep that in mind. If you're looking for something to do this coming Saturday, that would be a good thing to come out and do.
Now, is that Leif Riggs that's doing that one as well?
He is.
Okay. So if anybody wants to get in contact with him, maybe on Facebook or Messenger or something like that, I'm sure he'd be glad to talk to him about that.
I'm sure he will, and I don't know all the particulars, but I know I've got everything reserved for him, so they're going to have the whole place, and it'll be a great event, I'm sure.
Well, and I think that young man, I think everyone in our area has been praying for him. That's been something that's really been kind of close to everybody's hearts throughout this whole time, because bless his heart, him and his family could really use the support. For those who don't know, of course, little Owen is suffering from cancer. And, of course, as you know, the family suffers right along with him as well. And that's always tough, especially when it's a kid. And he is a very special young man. So that makes, you never want to see a kid suffer. And that is something that they've all gotten together and everybody did. And for a softball tournament and home run derby. And it sounds like they're going to have a whole lot of fun again this weekend. So, Wade, you're full of information.
Well, good. I'm glad I am. That keeps you calling back and lets me have a good time on the radio.
Well, I'll tell you, you have a great week, and hope to talk soon, and we'll get a hold of Leif and get the information for that. We appreciate you. Remind them again about the veggies. Where is it? Where it at, and what time?
Lee S. Jones Park, right up at the convention center. Lee S. Jones Park is just outside of Eddyville on 93 South. It'll start 9 o'clock, go to 12 on Thursday, and then at 5 o'clock on Thursday, we'll go till 8, so that everybody has a chance to come by and get you some veggies.
Or until they're gone.
Free giveaway for anybody.
Now, see, I love that. That's Caldwell, Lyon, whatever.
That's right.
Get your veggies on. Thank you, Wade White. We appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Of course, Wade White, Judge Exec for Lyon County, and we love him to death. We pick on him a lot, or I do. I say we like I got a mouse in my pocket. It is my fault. When I drop the phone or make fun of him, I can't blame nobody else. I do tend to do that. I mess with Wade White. But we think a lot of them. Of course, those free veggies on Thursday, they're going to share them with Caldwell as well. So get down there and get your share. That straight from Kentucky's Proud, that's something that is stamped on a lot of our Kentucky products, and that's Kentucky Proud. And if you're a Kentucky Proud product or you're Kentucky-made vegetable or milk or whatever you are, you ought to be pretty doggone proud of yourself as well. And that's something that we all look for and should look for when we go out and look for products. So make sure that you take advantage of that on Thursday, Lee S. Jones Park there in Lyon County. Stick around. I see somebody that's in the house that I haven't seen for a while. Mr. Jeff is up next on Coffee Talk. Hang out with us, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Always the best.
Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress is celebrating their 59th anniversary and sharing their excitement by offering you store-wide savings. No down payment and 0% interest for up to 5 years. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 to 5. Get great savings today from your hometown favorite since 1961. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, where you always get the best selection, the best furniture at the best price. On the Boulevard in Hopkinsville.
Always the best.
Get ready for back to school with Health First Community Health Center, offering immunizations, physicals, ADHD treatment, and sick child visits. At Health First, we offer affordable quality health care for the entire family. Call us to make your appointment today at 877-667-7017. That's 1-877-667-7017. Walk-ins are welcome. All children receiving back to school services will be entered to win a backpack full of school supplies. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique.
I'm Shelby Rogers with Farmers Bank, and we're proud to support local and join in the greatest comeback of all time.
The body shop at Trice Hughes is open for business and will assist you in getting your vehicle back on the road. Trice knows your vehicle is one of the most important things you own. It's important it's fixed right and as quickly as possible. Call for an appointment or free estimate at 270-365-5522.
Trice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, Coffee Talk is on air. We are rolling. And of course, if I can hit this button, Jeff Simms, you'll be on. I think I hit that button 12 times. Between that and I threw Wade White across the room. Did you see that?
I did.
It was like a WWE move.
Well, I'll tell you, if you throw me across the room, you might get sent to a contract.
I'm just saying, boy, I gave him a sling, didn't I? I hung up on Wade White, if y'all missed it. Well, it wasn't on purpose. And hopefully, we did end up talking to him, so maybe he's not too mad at me. But I'll tell you, I'm not batting 100 this morning with electronics.
Hey. That's my everyday, it seems like. Yesterday, I couldn't get my phone to work till about noon. I just kept rebooting it. And I know people were trying to call. And I got back to all of them, I'm
going to tell you what. There's a secret that Jeff and I have. It's called we cannot seem to communicate properly.
We've had one mild struggle.
We've had a string of I'll text him or message him. He'll do say, and we don't get them. But it's like there's some kind of a wall.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was one of the ones that I was like, hey, I'm not gonna message you anymore. I'm just gonna call you.
There you go. It worked out well.
Because we had that power outage yesterday.
Yes.
And everybody was trying to figure out, Well, we figured it out pretty quick. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell you, it scared us to death. Me and the kids were sitting there just kind of in different areas of the house, and all of a sudden, I lost my oven last night because evidently the lightning hit so hard and so close that I really and truly thought it had hit our air conditioning. Just the bright pop, and the bright light. And then I thought, well, I guess we've skated past everything till we got it. And I thought, well, now we can go throw a pizza in the oven. And oven didn't work. Oven worked before the lightning, but not after. So I've heard several people, a couple of good friends of mine lost a whole bunch of electronics due to that thing. And I heard that's what was the culprit last night to the substation was lightning.
It can flat run in there on you. One time, I remember back in the early 90s, we went on a trip and we came home and we had a hunk of our driveway missing, and the lightning struck a neighbor's tree and picked up the rebar and the concrete and then run into the house, and it fried a bunch of stuff.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that. So it will hit rebar inside concrete. What about old satellite dishes? I'm still trying to figure out what this lightning hit because I can't figure it out.
I just don't want it to hit me.
Well, don't stand outside in a lightning storm. That'd probably be about your first bet.
Do.
I will say it got pretty rough yesterday before we were really ready for it.
I think they're calling again this afternoon for some severe weather.
Well, and I know that I've heard some people talk about ditches and that sort of thing. And I'm going to tell you, one thing, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I know what that's like. In these ditches, I don't care how many times, the folks and as much as our road crew tries to keep up with things like that, when you've got rain that is pouring on top of these fields, guess where that dirt is going to go? And they could be out there once a week cleaning out those ditches, and they're never going to be 100% clean all the time. It's just not going to happen.
It's a constant, battle with that. This year is things are being precipitated a great deal. I was talking to the superintendent of the state garage, and their problem right now is they have finally been released to go back to work, full time. They were doing alternate schedules, reduced work hours, all kinds of things due to COVID. And now they're having trouble getting parts to make repairs to their equipment, just due to production lines being down. It's the weirdest thing people don't think about, but like deep freezes right now are on back order until October, November time frame. You just can't find a new one.
How crazy is that?
Well, all these, the COVID just keeps shutting things down and has shut things down.
This is not toilet paper, so that's better.
No, it's not. That's right.
It could be worse.
But, just the overreaching and overarching interruptions to our daily lives, it's just monumental what it's done to the supply chain. Well,
and when everything is really saturated the way it is now too,
sure.
with a lot of the water and the saturation of the ground, you're talking about that's why it floods so fast.
Oh yeah.
And if we continue to get the rain that we've got forecast as a possibility, we could really be in trouble.
Yeah, and that's something that we're really cognizant of. I know Wendell does a great job as well as the state, because that softens those edges up. People are hauling grain, trucks are hauling things, especially on these state roads. Those shoulders soften up and people drop off. I mean, there's a lot of safety concerns with it as well.
And when you say something about, states and roadways and things like that, the one thing I did want, by the way, the roads look amazing in Princeton.
Yep. The mayor and Rogers Group and city council has done a great job with that. The county is kind of following that path as well with our paving projects. In the 4th District, we got H.L. Ladd done out off 91, working our way back through part of Mashburn-Ferguson, part of Simms Road, and then Mitchell Road in its entirety over off 903 is going to be paved. And then we've got several that are chip and seal. And right now, that kind of model is going across the county. The other magistrates are undertaking it as well in the county road department, because we do see such an advantage on asphalt per ton this year relative to prior years. It's about $20 less per ton. So we're making the money. We've got less money, but the money's going farther. So it's a good offset.
Well, I mean, that's good. Now, explain, if you can. I know some people, they didn't finish all the roads. There's some horrible roads here in Princeton. That may not be one of, how do they say it? Not my circus. You got to kind of split those up. Some of those belong to the city and then the state. I mean, how does that work?
So if it's got a yellow line, it's the state.
Well, that's a good way to explain that then. So if it's got a yellow line, that's the state, and the state has to pave it, right?
It's got an edge line, a white line. We don't have a lot of those, but we have some. If it's got a yellow line, it's the state. So Main Street right here in Princeton, state of Kentucky. When we get out and start splitting the county, Joe Jones Road, for example, in my district, just inside the city limits, the front half of it from 293 south to the bridge at Eddy Creek is the city. The bridge to 139 south is the county.
I didn't think about that, but that is there's more than one example of that too.
Gwinky dinks when it comes to that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that does make sense. And of course, we had some water mains. I do want to remind everybody in Fredonia, they've had a water leak, and of course, Mayor Seibert is on top of that. We mentioned it during the news a while ago, and he's going to update us throughout the day and just kind of let you know that he said no boil order was being ordered right this moment or anything like that, but they are working on it. And if I could pull up that road, and I can't evidently, but anyway, it's there in the subdivision at Fredonia. So be aware of that. I wanted to remind everybody for that while I was thinking about it. But we did have some water main breaks not too long ago. Does that have anything to do with the condition of the road? All of the water and the saturation and all of that?
Typically not. I mean, you don't see them. Most of those lines run parallel. They don't intersect. And just settling and freezing thaw cycles, those water lines take a beating just by the heaving of the earth up and down and the cyclicalness of the weather. But their age plays a factor. They fatigue just like anything else, and they're under a lot of pressure.
How often does the state redo roads like Main Street and different things like that?
It just depends. They have a spreadsheet, it goes off population. They have a machine that actually measures the road surface, that grades it. Yeah. Huh. I mean, it's very, very analytical and complex. I go out there and
I'd probably break it.
This is looking rough.
Well, I couldn't keep the phone going this morning.
And I get somebody like Wendell Lane, who's a road genius, and I say, hey, Wendell, where are we at on this? How's this look? And he'll be like, ooh, we need to do something with this.
So if the road's in bad condition and you think, well, wait a minute, don't stop, you all are done paving, it could be that it's not the cities, and if it's got a line down it, it's not their circus.
If it's got a yellow line, it's not the city or county.
Okay.
Now, we make recommendations. We give feedback to the garages. We give feedback to the Department of Rural and Secondary Roads, and then we go from there.
Okay. Well, I just kind of wanted to see where that was going. And, of course, when we talk about that the water and the roads and all that, spraying, I think everybody's been calling in on the skeeters.
Everybody's been calling in the skeeters. So I got a call yesterday from the Department of Ag. They have requested that, we stop calling. They've gotten the message.
What?
Guys, you guys have done a great job. So, no, but they've closed that request window just because of the length of the season, and they cover 20 counties in the western end of the state. Wow. So it's not just Caldwell, but we've already seen a great deal of spraying. I greatly appreciate the health department. Amanda, I think's her name over there, and bless her heart, she answers the phone and she makes the log for the Department of Ag. So she's been a busy lady, and it's all my fault for giving out her number. But
I bet she appreciates that.
Oh yeah, I took her some cupcakes.
I think she deserves those.
I did do that. But they made a great deal of progress, and they're going to finish up Princeton, Caldwell County this week, early next week. So
well, that's fantastic. How do you know if is it going to be obvious when they go by?
We hope they'll stop being out and stop biting. But again, as you discussed, with the amounts of water we're getting,
right.
It's just the USDA and Department of Ag has provided quite a bit of what they call bombs, and those go into bodies of water, large bodies of water, different lakes and places like the lake at the Princeton Golf and Country Club, some other large reservoir-type lakes out in the county, and that neutralizes the egg and the larva. So they've provided that, and it's pretty expensive business fogging and doing that stuff. So
well, when you see as wet of a spring and as a year, and even during the summer, going into summer that we've had, that really does cause the mosquitoes to be T-Rex.
And the big thing is that it's a nuisance, but the disease portion of it is what we're especially myself. I'm very with Ellie, and I'm very cognizant of that at all the times, and just doesn't seem like you can spray enough mosquito repellent on them.
Well, and even your animals. That goes into livestock. Yes. That goes into, that can be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars of loss every year.
Yep, sure enough. So, again, thanks to the health department and Department of Ag for all the work they've done, and they've sprung into action. And thanks to all the citizens of Caldwell County and Princeton who have called in and
I know Fredonia was covered up in them too.
Yeah.
They really were active in trying to get that spraying done as well.
Yep.
So kudos.
So just a positive, something we can do and have some control over these days. It seems like those are few and far between. So.
Well, I'm going to bring up something in the middle of his visit. That way I can end on a good note. Is WCA. Of course, we're going to have to make a transition.
Yes.
And is there anything, like if I'm sitting at home and I usually put my trash out, will I know any difference when the transition is made?
It's possible. It depends on... you won't see a difference on the end note. You could see a difference on the beginning. It depends on how the new provider routes, how they put out their containers, and how they plan to do that. I don't have that knowledge.
Now, when does it
January
flip
the 1st?
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time to call them and find out.
Typically, how WCA will undertake this is that on your last pickup day, we'll pick up and then we'll take the can.
Okay. So you'll know that transition has been made. Hopefully your new provider
about a week before will have you a new can dropped off.
And now that's going to be in December?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you'll just finish up in December, and then somebody else will pick up.
Late December, like your last regular pickup day in December will probably it'll be your last pickup day with us, and then you'll transition over to the new company.
Now, is the only thing that it's going to change is like pickup, or is taking things out there, is that going to change as well?
That's TBD.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know that answer
All right.
yet.
To be determined.
Yep.
Because that's some good questions.
That's
too.
a bigger pay grade than me. That'll be a decision for Houston, Texas.
Well, I know that coming up this fall, everybody's going to, we're going to have yard work, and we're going to have, different things going on that happens every year that ends up having a lot of waste.
Yep. So, I don't know that answer yet, but
Okay.
I'm sure if something happens on that front, then I'll definitely be the one to notify you guys.
So the end of the year, there we go. So we don't have to worry about that for a little bit, but make sure that you know what is going to go on and ask those questions and make those phone calls ahead of time so that you don't have a lapse in service in between, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And City Hall can definitely provide that information, Mayor Young, his staff, and then they can get you in contact with the new provider as well.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, we're going to take a break real quick, and then we'll be back, and then we got other stuff we're going to discuss. So don't go anywhere. It's Jeff Sims and Coffee Talk and 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes, but you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Does your fur baby need a bath, trim, or summer cleanup? Pet Grooming by David Rogers is in full swing of pampering your fur baby. Voted best groomer and boarding facility in Western Kentucky. Remember, big or small, they love them all.
Need cash fast? ABC Finance is open with social distancing implementations in place. They believe it's more important now than ever to get a handle on your finances.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location.
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
At ABC Finance, we don't just provide loans, but we also provide valuable advice to help you get your credit in better standing.
Our friendly team of professionals has your best interest in mind. We celebrate with you when your finances improve.
We encourage you to like our Facebook page, ABC Finance Company. Many of those useful tips are posted daily on our page, including tons of community info and motivation for the day.
To view social distancing guidelines and safety measures, like and follow ABC Finance Company on Facebook. ABC Finance is located off Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville next to O'Charlie's, then Princeton and the Princeton Plaza. Apply for loans online or simply give them a call. They'll take your application over the phone. ABC Finance, all loans subject to normal credit approval.
1580 103.3 WPKY, hanging out with Mr. Jeff Sims, Magistrate, District 4. Did I say that? Whoop. I'm not turning anybody on this day. So, Magistrate, District 4, right?
That's me.
That's good. We're still doing that, right?
That's right. Every day. Every day.
I gotta check in every once in a while.
I know.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So, one thing that's been in the news lately that I don't know if people seen, but you guys did a great job covering it, is the county through its handbook, its ordinances of administrative ordinances, has provided really the first iteration of a more comprehensive nepotism policy.
Well, I'm going to give that to Audrey Lamb. That was her. I would love to take credit for that.
She
but
did
that's
a
not
nice
me.
job with it, and that policy it was met with mixed reviews. But the thing that we look at is the long-term effect on the county and the taxpayers, and for their protection. We realize that. Office holders, we do have a great deal of trust in them, but nepotism is something that in the private sector, you can't hardly work for a company that doesn't have robust nepotism policies. And while officials like to have that feeling of somebody's watching their back, my opinion on the role as magistrate is to watch the taxpayers' back as well. So, we passed this policy. We think it is comprehensive. We worked with people at the state level, other counties, in developing it, and it is for the benefit of the taxpayer, both now and in the long term. We have great people elected, and they have family members working for them. It's not a question of anybody currently in office It's a question of how do you protect the taxpayer through future elections and future generations. I guess it depends on how long that would be in place. But I just wanted to give some credence to the work that went into that. Because I think it's a positive move forward in administration of county government and, for the taxpayers' dollars.
Well, you said something that I think is very important, and through this whole thing, I get to see both sides of it. I really do on a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you, we have got a group of officials in this county and in this area that we should be very proud to have, because they've gone out of their way to deliver meals when they didn't have to. They went out of their way to make sure that people had and their kids had something to eat, when they were out of work.
Yes.
And they didn't have to do that. Even Mayor Seibert putting bars of soap up at the courthouse for people to come get. Just little things like that can make an enormous difference when you talk about a community going through a pandemic and something that nobody knew was coming.
Right.
And we couldn't really prepare for, because who's going to prepare for that? I mean, nobody's going to do that. So, I mean, that's, I want to commend the amount of work that's gone into it. And I know that there's been a lot of it where you've had to roll with it, as far as even down to, the county attorney, God bless him. I mean, what are we going to do? Court no longer looks the same as it used to.
Right.
Even going back and forth and interviewing a witness no longer looks the way it used to. So little things like that. Tony Watson, God bless her, through an election, I mean, that chick took it on the road and then some.
Yes.
And I couldn't have done what she did. So I will tell you, I want to commend our county officials, because I think that we've really got a group of them that. You did all right too. I'm just saying.
Well, I appreciate that.
But I mean, we've got a group of county officials that really rocked it through the whole thing and continue to.
Well, and it changes every day. My summation of COVID so far is that it is a no-win situation.
Right.
I mean, you cannot, God bless the schools and the administration, the teachers, everybody right now that is literally from day to day, they're watching numbers just like I am and just watching this thing explode and peel back and explode and peel back. And it's like, what do you do? I mean, how do you reinvent a model that has stood the test of hundreds of years?
Oh, you're reinventing the wheel. Like John Pettit is going to be in with us, our jailer, of course, on Friday, and just talk about, making sure, kind of what his world is like right now, making sure everybody's updated on it. You talk about somebody that's had their world upside down. John Pettit, I mean, our jail and facilities is nothing like it used to. Everything is upside down. Yep. So, it's scary, I'm sure, when we start hearing a lot about these state-run facilities that, where the numbers are going up and the testing is more positive. So, I think, John, again, you've got to commend them for the amount of sterilization and the amount of effort they have really taken to make sure that our facilities stays as safe as it can be.
Well, and a big thing is like we can't overlook our justice system and our officers. The frustration level that they must feel to go out and enforce our laws, make arrests, and then under the current model, I think if you don't commit an A or B level felony, you're almost immediately released because they can't put you in. And there's so many equations around the school situation where where's the liability fall? Where's the Morgans of the world, and who's sitting in a boardroom somewhere plotting against who's going to take out litigation based on a child or a teacher or somebody becoming ill. Same thing for the jail, same thing for Walmart, same thing for, and that's why I just ask residents to just continue to be patient. The mask debate is just that. Some people feel that it's an infringement on their rights. Some people absolutely feel like it's easy enough to do to be able to protect the elderly and the youth and so on. So I'm not going to tell people how to feel about that, but I do ask that, if you're out in public places and people have postings and they require masks, to abide by that. If you're going to shop with them, have the respect for that organization or that business to follow the rules that they've set forth.
Well, and I think everybody so far has done a really good job of
They
that
have.
for the most part. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I've seen some people throw a little tantrum.
Yeah.
And that's all, I just be kind to the person behind the counter. That's all that I keep reiterating, because you know what? That's somebody's mama or daughter or, son, or maybe a veteran themselves. You don't know. Yeah. And that wasn't up to them, and they didn't get a vote. So just remember that.
And I mean, I think the big thing is that people are, the world is just on every front. It seems to just be turned upside down. And I think the fear and the stress of all this, it just builds up on folks.
Well, and I think
unemployment, on and on and on. I mean, it's just unreal.
Kind of like the last thing we were going to kind of go over here. I've got a pretty lady standing here from Miss Little B's Photography, right? Little B Photography. I told her when she walked in, I said, "Boy, has he got a subject for you." Miss Ellie, girl, I got your photographer. I'm working for you, girl. But this last subject, a little touchy.
It is.
Where we at on it?
So
you touch it. I don't want to.
Well, I understand, and it is a touchy subject, and I've put myself out there quite a bit with it on in the paper, and then now going to touch on it again, and that's our downtown Confederate Memorial, just to kind of update people on where that subject is. I've asked the fiscal court and the judge to put this on agendas, and let's talk about it, and let's get the discussion started and try to get resolution on it and really get the feedback of the people and find out. I've had people call me that are ultra passionate about it both ways. In my, it's a thing that I continue to educate myself about. In the paper, I put that any decision made about it would go in front of the Kentucky Heritage Commission for a vote on their part to allow for its relocation. Prior to that, though, the Caldwell County Fiscal Court will have to take up the issue and make the recommendation to the Kentucky Heritage Commission.
Well, if it doesn't make it through, county-wise,
right.
There's no need for it to
Why
go
do
further.
it? Yep. So, Callaway County just put out a it's not a memorandum. I'm trying to think of the word. It just left me. But they voted to leave theirs in place. I've gotten it feedback from both ways, and then I have a belief about it. But I hope that we'll continue to entertain what people's wishes are on it and take it up and make a determination for the future. There's pluses and minuses to it all the way around. People have different views on what it stands for, what it means, and what it means in today's time and society. It has impacts on our economic development, or could have, depending on how our corporate citizens view it when they're coming to tour the place, or if they're already here, what they feel about it and what their employees feel about it.
Let me just say, too, that there is a constructive way to voice your opinion one way or the other, no matter what your opinion is. And it will be heard. If it's done in a constructive manner, it will be heard and more, let's say, well-received when it is heard than if it is in a peaceful manner. How do they go about doing that? Is it something that needs to be sent in writing? Who do they send that to?
They can contact the courthouse. They can talk to the judge. They can talk to any of their magistrates. We would be the one taking up the vote on it. I don't know when that vote will come.
Sorry to say now. The next thing is it on a docket or a schedule anywhere?
No, I've requested that, but I haven't gotten confirmation of it yet.
Okay.
So my goal is for us to move forward as a citizenry, as a county, as a city. We have to address these type things. We have to talk about them. We have to have dialogue and discussion. We can't just, for some time in our history, we've pushed these things aside and just thought, well, if we don't talk about them, they'll go away. Or if we don't talk about them, the problem will go away. And, that's just not the reality of our times today.
Well, and that'll give everybody a chance to tell their opinion and
yes.
see what they want
Reach
their
out.
magistrates to do.
Yep.
So are we looking at a time frame anytime soon, or?
I think it could be definitely before year's end.
Okay.
Yeah. In full disclosure, the Kentucky Heritage Commission meets in November.
Okay.
So
it would have to be
as a
before that.
timeline for us to make a recommendation. It would have to go before then.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Bud. Keep us updated on
Thank
that.
you.
Let us know when that's, popping up on a schedule. And,
I will.
It looks like you got a very busy end of the year there, mister.
Yes, it's going to be quite busy.
Well, if they've got any questions, bless her heart, don't you give out that one woman's name no more.
I won't. I'm going to give out my own number. So if you have feedback on anything we've discussed today, if you want to talk to me about it, 270-601-1081. That's my cell phone number. Of course, like I said, if I don't get to you, leave a voicemail and I'll get back to you. Make sure to give you a call back and be glad to hear from you.
And look for them T-Rex skeeters to be gone.
We hope.
That I'm fingers crossed, toes crossed.
We're closer today than we were a month ago.
That sounds good to me. Give my Ellie girl a hug and tell her I love her.
I'll do it. Thanks, Tess.
Hey, Little B's photography is next, too, while she's getting situated. I'll thank you. That, of course, Magistrate District 4, Jeff Simms for Caldwell County. We appreciate him being here. And, of course, thanks so much, bud. Of course, our jailer is going to be here on Friday, and he's going to go over a lot of those procedures and give you an update on how they're doing COVID-wise. But before that, I told her, I said, I love what she's doing. Little B's photography. If you haven't seen any of her stuff, I like it because it's unique, by the way. I like some of the poses that you do. Tell everybody your name and about Little B's.
Okay, my name is Kimberly Patton, and I started my photography back in March. And I didn't expect it to take off like it did, and I'm so incredibly grateful that it did. But I named my photography. My son's nickname is Little B, so that's where Little B Photography came from. And it just felt perfect to name my business, which is my baby, after my first baby. So
I'll tell you, the one thing that really caught my eye with her, again, tell everybody your name.
Kimberly Patton.
I didn't know if you said that or not. I'm so focused on what she's doing because you've got this whole deal with seniors right now. And there's a senior incentive, and it breaks my heart, and I think it breaks so many other people's hearts for them that they, last year we had a lot of seniors that missed out on a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong. We had a lot of really cool celebrations that, we hadn't had in the past. So I think that we made up for some of it.
Yeah.
But I think one of the ways that they make up for it is prom pictures and graduation pictures.
Yes.
And at least that prom dress got to be used for something.
Yes,
Now we
exactly.
still got the memory. So, you're running an incentive for seniors. And I think this is so cool. Tell them all about that.
Okay, so I'm doing a senior rep program, which I'm picking 4 seniors, and they'll get their senior session totally free. And so after they have their senior photos done, they'll post them online, share with their friends, and every time that they refer another senior to me for their senior photos, they'll earn rewards. So they'll get $25 in print credit for the store that comes with their gallery, and then they'll also get $10 cash. And then at the end of the year, whichever senior out of those 4 who recommended the most seniors to me will get a really big prize. So they're going to get what I call the college freshman starter kit, which is a mini fridge, a microwave. Let's see.
This thing is jam-packed.
Yes,
this was so cool.
Yes, a full-length mirror, a set of plastic drawers, a $100 Apple gift card, and a $50 Walmart gift card.
Wow.
So, yes.
And they started out, you're doing, 4 sessions of seniors for free?
Yes. Yep. And that's a $125 value there,
right
too.
there in itself. So that's a huge package. And I think that's so cool for seniors, too, because it gives them something to think about.
Exactly.
And really, a lot of the senior pictures now are being done, in your junior year.
Mm-hmm.
So it really and truly doesn't even have to be the seniors, I guess, if they're senior pictures. Is that what counts?
Yes.
Or does it need to be seniors graduating this year?
Well, I would like to do for the 2021 seniors because we don't know what's going to. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with the seniors coming up the next year. Hopefully, they'll be back in school and everything will be a little bit more back to normal. But I'd really like to pick a 2021 senior because the seniors this year, they're not having a senior year, really.
But it doesn't have to be from Caldwell.
No, it can be it can be from any, within reason, any county nearby. And I would almost pick more than 4 if I get enough different people from different counties. So.
Oh, looky there.
Yeah.
So participation may make it get larger.
Yes, for sure.
So I think that's a lot of fun. I really do, because that's something, again, that the kids could really use something to perk them up and giving them an incentive, something free. And of course, we're going to go over the ways to do that again. I want to say, of course, you're listening. This is Little B's Photography, and again, I'm going to write down her name. But your name again is
Kimberly Patton.
Kimberly Patton. I keep wanting to call her Peyton, and I don't know why. But tell them your phone number:
270-963-0935.
Of course, Little B's Photography on WPKY Princeton. And again, tell them how they get a hold as far as how do I win and I become one of your 4 reps. So how do I do that?
The way to be a rep is, of course, they can contact me through my phone number. But I have a post on my Facebook page, Little B Photography, and you just go on there and there's you need your name, age, the high school you're attending. I want to know your favorite hobby or extracurricular activity, your plans after high school, and then I need your parents' name and their email, because any communication I would like to do through the parents if they're under 18, of course. And you just post a picture of yourself, or if you're a parent, post a picture of your senior. And at the end of the month, I plan on picking my 4. And of course, I might pick more if there's more people from different school districts. So
how cool is that at the end of which month?
This one.
Oh,
yes.
We're like a few days away from you doing that.
Yes.
All right.
I'm really excited. It's going to be fun.
I am too. Well, you come back and tell us who your peeps are going to be.
I definitely will.
I think that would be fun.
Yes.
Because I think it's something cool that the kids can do during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And now, is this a senior picture that has to be done by you, or just in general?
Senior pictures that are done by me. Yeah.
Okay.
The seniors will get their pictures done by me, and then they'll refer their friends or whoever to me also, and I'll do their senior pictures.
I just want to make sure that I get those details out there, because you can't go to Texas and get them done and then come back and do it, okay? That'd be nice. But what's your favorite place around here to take pictures at?
So here lately, I've had a lot of people want to go to Lighthouse Landing, and it's such a pretty place, being out on the beach and the water and stuff. And people love going out in fields, which I do too, so I love it. Those pretty sunset pictures. But
do you accept like the animals and stuff? Do people bring their animals with you?
Yeah, if you if you want to bring your dog, or I've had a couple do a dog and their cat one time, and I love it. So
okay, I've got a suggestion for you. Next week, I've got a scuba company coming on.
Okay.
And they have a shark underwater.
Get out of here.
I know. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So I need to have you back that day when they're here. We just need to put that on.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Little B's Photography, she's a gorgeous lady, and I'll tell you, she takes some really nice pictures.
Thank you so much.
And Miss Kimberly Patton, give them your phone number again.
270-963-0935.
All right, seniors, get on it. She's again, the deadline for that is the end of this month, right?
July 31st.
You better get on it. Hey, don't forget to join us tomorrow. We've got a great show for you tomorrow. I think about it both ways. It's an important show. How about that? It's not just thinking about corn rust is not fun. I understand that, but we have a wonderful Dr. Wise from the UK Research Center. Thank goodness that we have folks in this area that are smart and dedicated and do that sort of thing here and watching out for agriculture. Of course, the Caldwell County Extension Office will be with us, and then directly after that from the UK Research Center, she will be here and tell us all about what we need to know. Is it here? What are the test results? What do we do now? And all of that good stuff. That's coming up tomorrow. So tell all of your farming buddies that they have any corn or anything like that, or this is going to affect them. They're going to want to hear this. Do not miss this tomorrow, okay? So stick around. Of course, we got Audrey Lamb and Todd Griffin and your news and all of your weather's coming up in just a few seconds. Hang out.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Treasures Remembered.
Fortner Gas is featuring their amazing mower sales and service team at the Katie's location. Tim Cook, manager, and his staff can take care of all your mower needs, any brands, with their full service department. Fortner Gas is a certified dealer of Dixie Chopper, Big Dog, and Bobcat mowers. All have great warranties. They also offer free delivery and pickup, and customers can drop off or pick up mowers and parts at the home office in Princeton, free of charge. Check out Fortner Gas and get mowing.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
During these uncertain times brought on by the novel coronavirus, the Law Office of Jeff Rousseau is diligently working to meet your legal needs, whether it's estate planning, a real estate transaction, the need for a power of attorney, will, or another legal matter. The Law Office of Jeff Rousseau is open and there to serve you via teleconference or by appointment. They strongly believe that Kentucky will get through this together.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Escalating tensions in Portland, Oregon overnight between federal forces and protesters, which now include groups of parents.
I'm told by sources that there are no plans in place just yet, but President Trump telling me yesterday that he does plan to send more federal law enforcement to troubled cities. The president saying he will not stand by while violence grips major cities. The president also blaming what he calls weak, fearful leadership.
Fox's John Roberts. Democratic mayors of 6 cities firing off letters to the DOJ and DHS.
The mayor saying in part, quote, deployment of federal forces in the streets of our communities has not been requested, nor is it acceptable. These are tactics we expect from authoritarian regimes, not our democracy.
And some 20 people being held hostage in northwestern Ukraine after an armed man carrying explosives seized a bus. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't miss Lowe's Just for Pros event going on now. Check out Simpson Strong Tie, new at Lowe's. Also get big savings on other brands you trust, like Metabo HPT. Powerful brands, new services, and pro-grade deals. All at Lowe's Just for Pros event, now through July 24th. See why we're the new home for pros. Get your choice of a Metabo HPT 18-volt brushless cordless impact driver kit or hammer drill kit for $159. Was $239. Kit includes 2 batteries. Valid through 7/24. Selection varies by location.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At AutoZone, we're here to help you keep life moving. And we've got your battery needs covered. Whether it's in the form of a free test or just a free charge, we can help you start strong. And if it's time for a replacement, we've got a full selection of batteries starting at just $79.99. That's why we're America's #1